It was like, you go for that. That was fun. Yeah, you go for it. You go for it. You go for it.
The procedure will be parliamentary.
Hello everyone, I'm Planet Talks Boxing. I'm going to make a video about what if Ben Whittaker could do well in the Cameron rematch. I'll show clips. I'm not trying to get copyright struck, obviously. And I'll also talk about Howard Foster and did he make the right decision. So, what if Ben Whittaker could do good in the Cameron rematch? Well, what I think he did well, first of all, is controlling the range. He controlled the distance fairly well, you know. Got my notes here. You know, he was good. He was good at keeping Cameron by his preferred distance, you know, using his jab, sticking it at him, you know, using like a whip, frustrating Cameron and keep making him reset. He was using his jab. He weren't forcing, he weren't throwing 4, 5, 6 jabs to the point where Cameron could, you know, throw a counter back. Just keeping it 2, 3 sharp, solid jabs. You know, that's again, from what you see, I mean, Cameron didn't look. I mean, we could say maybe. I mean, to be honest with you, I was never really sold on Cameron. I mean, I don't really care how he's like as a person, because that's never a reason why I would choose somebody to win. But like, he weren't really doing much about the jab, really. I mean, he really wasn't. Whittaker was hitting at will, and you know why? His hand speed. It was a huge factor. He beat Cameron to the punch every time, repeatedly, in exchanges as well. You know, short, sharp shots. I mean, flipping hell, man. Like, you know, like not every punch landed clean. The volume was a problem. Like, do you know what I mean? The volume was a problem. He didn't throw as much, obviously, in comparison to the first fight, which, why would he? That's what ultimately gassed himself out. Plus, also trying to fight him inside. He wasn't necessarily trying to fight him in the inside. He was fighting him at mid-range, using his feet, keeping him at bay. I mean, taking half a step back. If you guys see the fight, he was using half steps in order to get a counter shot off. So he's not stepping too far back. Or he's not staying too far forward to the point where it's not the perfect shot. Another thing, actually, when I think about it, is feints. He used feints a lot. Well, not a lot, but he used it way more than he did in the first fight, rather than just trying to go at Cameron and fighting Cameron at his own game. There's only Whittaker's the better boxer, the better athlete between him and Cameron. Do you know what I mean? Like, it should not be surprising to people. Yes, I will talk about the Howard Foster controversy in a second. I'll give my two cents on it. Like, you know, he was giving little fake shifts to keep Cameron guessing. I mean, he'd fake a jab, like, you know, or even fake stepping in, then boom, pull out, trying for a right hand. As again, even if it weren't hitting Cameron clean, right? It was still a shot that made Cameron hesitate and freeze up. You know, I mean, he was pinning Cameron's gloves. You know, throwing shots down to the body. He did it in the first fight, but I think he did it much more better in this fight. You know, rather than trying to throw 3 or 4 shots after pinning his gloves. So then Cameron could throw the counter around after Whittaker throws the 4th shot. He's stuck at the 2 or 3, which again makes it easier to reset as well. Of course, Whittaker still has defensive flaws when using the Philly shell. He still does. I mean, he still gets caught by the right hand, you know, because he got caught by Cameron's right hand a couple fair times. Weren't the most. They weren't as good as the first fight, but that's because Cameron couldn't smooth his way into the fight. So there's only 2 rounds, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It was only 2 rounds. They weren't the best. They weren't the best of of Cameron's show. I mean, it's unfortunate, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? It's the ref, innit? It's unfortunate, innit? The fight didn't really last long. I mean, Whittaker wasn't really on centre line. I mean, sure, pulling back, you're still on centre line, but you're not still on the same centre line you was in previously. I mean, he mixed in lead right hands from the low guard, like, you know, Whittaker. He was catching Cameron when Cameron was expecting a set up. Do you know what I mean? Because Whittaker is quite unorthodox with his style. You know, he's sneaky. But yeah, I mean, he mixed the levels to the head and body, changed the tempo, and he picked more smart opens than he did in the first fight. I mean, Whittaker just looked better than probably his best performance, really, despite, you know, let's be honest, it didn't last long, innit? Cameron couldn't have stepped up. I mean, Cameron's barely above domestic level, do you know? Now I'm on top of that. It's not a fair amount of stuff that Whittaker did wrong, but once again, the low lead hand. Whittaker can get away with that way. He's athletic, got good footwork, fast. But I mean, Cameron only capitalized a couple times. I can't see Whittaker actually ever succeeding against Willie Hutchinson or Joshua Buatsi with the low lead hand. I mean, especially Buatsi. I know Buatsi sometimes fights with, but he's responsible with his right hand. I mean, with his left hand. Sorry. I mean, what does Whittaker do when he's a low lead hand? He pulls back. You know, Leon Willins caught catching him with right hand. The African fella he fought, caught him with right hand. Cameron, first fight, catching him with a bunch of long right hands. Couldn't really get it set up in this fight, but it's not his fault, innit? Do you know what I mean? It was just Whittaker's night. Now, Cameron's faults. What do I think his faults were? Granted, I know he's a bit of I know he warms up into the fight around round 3, round 4, but still, he's too passive. Like, I don't know if it's me, but Cameron, of course, was chatting a load of crap, saying he didn't feel Whittaker's power in the first fight. It's clearly obvious with the jabs, you know, the high guard, that he's feeling Whittaker's power, obviously. Don't take a rocket scientist to realise that. I mean, both can punch a bit, like, you know what I mean? Whittaker's an explosive puncher, like I said. I don't know, I don't get what people say, oh, Whittaker can't, you know, he's pillow-fisted. Clearly he's got power. He just can't probably keep it during the duration of the fight. You know what I mean? He's an explosive puncher, relies on his speed. And he's got to have stamina, and of course, in it. Do you know what I mean? Whittaker's a guy, like, probably won't have good stamina. But he has gone 10 rounds, isn't it, against Leon Willins, but Leon Willins, what's he won Southern area. Do you know what I mean? He's not really. I mean, he's in the outskirts of domestic. Well, he's in the domestics really, but he's not really a good showcase of that, is he? Like throwing enough, Cameron. He wasn't jabbing over 40 or even throwing the long right hand. You know what I mean? Allowing Whittaker to dictate range and tempo. I mean, Whittaker's slick, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? You're just letting a slick fighter just tee off on you. You know what I mean? Like in the first fight, I think Cameron actually can change ankles when he's the one going forward. But when he's going back, he can't pivot off. Do you know what I mean? You know what they say, if you're back up against the rope, you want to pivot off an angle, innit? Obviously. But Cameron weren't doing that. You know, he retreated in straight lines. I mean, he gave Whittaker just like clear lanes just for combinations. I mean, not his fault though, innit? You know what I mean? Whittaker was showing himself, innit? I'm not too fond of Cameron's dirty tactics, really. I'm not fond of him hitting Whittaker in the back of the head. He's done it in the first fight. The ref was letting him off. That's one thing that's about Hardforce, so I'm glad he actually told off Cameron about hitting him in the back of the head. I get it, you gotta do what you gotta do, you gotta be rough, you gotta be dirty, innit? Have a bit of dirty boxing, but I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, he should have tied him up. I mean, he did tie him up, I'm pretty sure. They went in a clinch, and Cameron was clearly the stronger of the two, you know? He just let Whittaker box comfortably, innit? And, you know, innit? When someone like Whittaker, innit? He's got to need a rhythm in order to box, innit? Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, he didn't adjust, he didn't take risks, but, so, I mean, fucking hell, what happened? When Whittaker pulled back for the right hand, I mean, what risk could he have taken, innit? I mean, there wasn't any, I need to turn this around now, but yeah, it's only the second round, innit? Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's more so about, like, the ref, innit? Like, Howard Foster's again, I will talk about him soon. I'll talk about him soon, as in, I'm not trying to make this video long. But, fucking hell, Cameron. I mean, it wouldn't even matter if it was a 12 rounder. Again, I think Cameron's only shot to beat Whittaker was the first fight. I mean, now I'll talk about the stoppage. Yes, like, yes, innit? Like, don't get me wrong, innit? Cameron was blocking the shots, right? Like, clearly his upper body was fine. Yeah, I mean, clearly he wasn't buzzed to the point where his whole body was, you know what I mean? His whole body was doing the jit. He was doing the fucking Irish jig. I mean, Cameron didn't really respond, innit? I get it, he's like, you know, he's covering up, stayed static, but someone like Howard Foster, innit? Like, gotta realise, man. Do you know what I mean? Yes, he does controversial stoppage, but for him, it's about the fight safety. I mean, look at Ebenezer Tete against Fraser Clark. He stopped it as soon as Fraser Clark was unloading him with 3 or 4 punch combinations. He stopped it immediately. And guess what? Ebenezer Tete was absolutely out of it. He was out of it, man. He was. And Cameron just, like, his body language, like, don't get me wrong, as soon as the fight was stopped, Cameron looked alright. He looked okay. Do you know what I mean? He looked okay, but, fuck, man. It's just one of them ones, isn't it? 12 minutes, fucking, I don't even know how to speak for that long. But, anyways, yeah, for Cole Froch versus George Groves, as Howard Foster was actually reffing that. People know it, obviously. That's how he's pretty much, he's known, innit? I mean, George Groves, he floors Cole Froch in the first round. And it looks like he's about to have a big upset, wasn't he, innit, on that night? But, what happened? Cole Froch hit George Groves a fantastic shot. George Groves proper out of it. You know, it was pretty much, I mean, some people say it was premature. I think it was premature. Cole Froch stopping George Groves. I definitely think that George Groves was throwing back. His legs were gone, obviously, innit? His legs were gone. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not an idiot. We're thinking that, like, I mean, like, in that fight, George Groves was defending himself, innit? Like, his legs were gone, but I reckon George was still able to continue the fight, but, you know, it's 10 years old, innit? At the end of the day, what's done is done. Same for this. So, I mean, Howard Foster, I mean, it was a pathetic stoppage, really. I mean, Cameron should have went on for a bit more longer, I reckon. But the back leg, innit? His back leg fucking, you know what I mean? It's about as stiff. His back leg was stiff. It went stiff, like it went numb, like, you know. But then again, soon as I think maybe that's just because he did dip down, but I think he dipped down just to he wanted to try and take some steam off the shots, like how Whittaker did when, you know, rolling with the shots, but he's still getting hit by the right hand, isn't it? I don't think that's Whittaker's forte, rolling shots, but yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on it. Bit of a ramble, but, you know, that's what I think, guys. So yeah.
Be deluded. We have to be nuts. We have to be the nuts. We have to be the bollocks.